Gladiator games are an amazing example of how entertainment differed from what we know today during the reign of the Roman Empire. They were very popular across Roman society and formed an important component of cultural and political life. The gladiators were, of course, the main protagonists in the gladiator games. They were armed fighters who fought untamed animals, convicted criminals, or other gladiators, sometimes to death. But who were the people behind the iron helmets, and how did they used to train themselves? Welcome back to Binge History, where we will be speaking of how to get trained as a Roman gladiator. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for more content just like this one, and turn on post notifications. With all that done, let's head back to the Roman Empire. The gladiators of ancient Rome were lean, mean killing machines. Fighting was their way of life, the essence of who they were. This provided them unwavering strength as well as incredible drive and tenacity. Their gallantry was remarkable. If a gladiator wanted to be a champion, he couldn't let his concentration waver. A single blunder, a slip-up, a little loss in his attention, or a drop in his stamina may spell the end for him. His existence hinged on him being in top physical condition and a master of his weaponry. In other words, gladiators had to be pushed not only to be the best they could be, but also to always outperform their opponents. Being second best may often mean just one thing to them: death. One of the most astonishing things about them is that they managed to stay in such great shape even without having access to the modern training facilities. Today, we'll let you guys know about the rigorous training regimens of Roman gladiators, plus their routines, equipment, weapons training, and mindset. We've also added some ideas for those who want to incorporate some gladiator training into their daily routine. New gladiators were organized into groups called Familia Gladiatorium, which were overseen by a manager also known as lanista in Latin, who recruited, arranged for training, and made the decisions of where and when the gladiators trained and fought. A point to be noted here is that gladiator training was as much mental as physical. Fighting with your life on the line was not only excruciatingly challenging, but also mentally taxing. Their lives literally depended on their always being in great physical condition. They needed mental fortitude to face any opponent, and they had to accept that each combat could be the end of their lives. Gladiators were mostly subject to providing entertainment, and this used to conceal a much more serious aspect. Any combat may result in death, if not during the fight itself, then at the emperor's discretion. Gladiators were meant to die with dignity anyways. The most well-known gladiator workout routine is the Tetrad System. It was devised by the ancient Greeks and consisted of a 4-day cycle, with each day focusing on a different sort of exercise. The first day was spent preparing the gladiators for the next day's training, which included a series of brief high-intensity workouts. This is akin to the high-intensity interval training that is popular these days. The second day was the polar opposite. All of the drills were long and highly rigorous, putting the gladiators' physical and mental toughness to the test. Gladiators were required to give their all throughout the training. The third day was a rest day. Even the ancients realized the significance of relaxation for a gladiator. Certain schools would still have some training, but it would be extremely light and technical, with the emphasis on focus and relaxation. The final day had medium intensity. It was a combo of all of the previous days. The following day would be a return to day one, and the cycle would restart. Let's now check out some fitness equipment of the Roman Empire. Much of the equipment we have today can be related to what they used in ancient times. Gladiators would commonly train with alteras, which are similar to dumbbells and were used in the same way that they are being used today to execute various resistance exercises to grow stronger. Gladiators employed a variety of equipment, including balls and big stones with grips cut into them. This emphasized all muscle groups and allowed for a wide range of exercises to be performed. For better understanding, just consider medicine balls and kettlebells, which we now use to diversify our workout and target certain muscular segments. Moving on to the wooden weapons for gladiator training. Real-world weapon training was not the norm, as it could result in serious injuries, which would not be acceptable before a competition in any case. Wooden weapons were employed instead, but with a twist. They used to weigh twice as much as their true metal counterparts. This was used to increase strength in just the right spots, preventing the gladiators from tiring. It was recommended to hit a palus, which is a big wooden post, repeatedly with these wooden weapons. This looks like a lot of work. There were various types of gladiators, each specializing in a particular weapon. The most prevalent weapon was a sword with or without a shield, tridents and nets, spears, and even specialists wielding a sword in each hand were among the other varieties. And how can we forget wrestling here? Since so much combat is physically hand-to-hand, training involves techniques that are more similar to MMA training or wrestling than an actual fight. This got to improve reflexes. It had also assisted in preparing for the instances when a warrior gets disarmed during a conflict. So, how to train to be a Roman gladiator? It's clear from the research on the gladiators that they had a good understanding of how to increase strength, using altera, heavy stones, and workouts like digging to assist them building strength and muscle hypertrophy. A modern-day variation of this is to use free weights and machines and to make use of the progressive overload technique. That is, increasing the weight of each set and truly taxing your muscles. Another factor that the gladiators practiced on a daily basis was speed and explosiveness. Today, we can simulate this with circuits, including exercises such as squats, pull-ups, push-ups, and medicine ball smashes, and make sure to employ these at a higher level of intensity. One more thing you can do to improve your speed and explosiveness is high-intensity interval training. That is, just jog for 120 seconds, sprint for 30 seconds, then repeat for 10 minutes. Consider doing some weapons training if you want to go the whole hog. But make sure you practice using wooden replicas of the originals in a safe location with a professional trainer. Summing up now, it's hard to recreate the drive that comes from putting your life in danger. Instead, we can benefit from the gladiators' focus and mental tenacity. Pushing yourself harder, training with weapons that are up to twice as heavy as the real ones, and integrating strength, agility, and focus are all part of a modern fitness routine. The weight or intensity of the cardio isn't the concern in this case. It's all about having the mental to keep going when your body tells you to quit. To push yourself just a little bit harder in order to achieve those elusive fitness goals. We hope you liked this video. If you did, hit the like button and subscribe to this channel without any delay. Make sure you turn on the post notification and also let us know in the comments section about your views on the training of a Roman gladiator. Thank you for watching Binge History. Until the next time we meet, continue learning and stay healthy.